Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're working on a game called Betwist, similar to Boggle, trademark whoever, and today we're going to look at highlighting selection. Okay, I just ran tests and I told it to run this, so it's almost there. All right, so we filled a game board with just the letters, A through P, and gave them all buttons. And as you type, as you select them, it builds up the word you're typing. I don't know what word I can spell with that, but that's kind of our minimal interface at this point. What I'd like to have, though, is when I type a letter or press a letter, I would like it to turn a different color, kind of like the logo. I'm thinking, white on black for ones that are in the middle of selection, and maybe the last selected word character gets a little red outline or something. But we don't have the facility to do that at this point. And I'm going to switch gears and let's try the preview. So we'll quit that. It took a minute to start up yesterday, but once it got going, it seemed pretty good. I'll get that going. Okay, and right now we just walk through our board, every row, every column, and create a button. We haven't done any real formatting on it, but if we were to do some formatting, one of those things would be color the background and color the foreground. And to do that, we need to know what the selection is like. Now, in here, let's see. I mean, when I showed this here, I sort of said, well, the first letter is going to look special, and the other ones look special, and then the final letter looks special. To me, that implies there's sort of like four kinds of letters. Now, I don't know if we really need to show the first one as special. I don't know. And I'll say another little thing that crossed my mind was maybe putting arrows between the cells to show which way you actually edited them. Then we wouldn't really need quite as much of distinction. But I do want to color this one, somehow visually signify it. So I think what I'm coming to is these four types of things. Knowing what those four things are is something a selection can do. How does it draw it? That's really a view question. But from a model point of view, I think we want to be able to say, given a cell, a location, what type is it? And it could be either the first, the middle, the last, or open, I guess, something. So I think we'll go back to the model side, and I guess I'm assuming we can put, what's these? Oh gosh, it's style modifier. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll create a modifier with the style type in it. Okay, so back to selection and a selection. Okay, so yeah, let's just add tests and see what we get. You'd probably, yeah, I mean, it's probably not hard to figure out which one's the start. In some of these other modes, like I was envisioning a version that was infinite, and like how would you how would you even find where it was? But like, you were just there. You just clicked it probably 2 seconds ago, so it's not that bad. All right, so let's say the type. Try to make this a sentence. A selection has type first when it's the first item. Okay, and so let's just select that top left corner. and dot type of 0, 0. Now maybe I should select them all. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Just pick one test. Has type for each location. Okay, so 0, 1 and 1, 0. Okay. Type doesn't exist yet. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. And the type of this is first, middle, last, and open. Yeah, I think only the last letter really needs it. And I think we'll keep the 4 types, but we may visually not distinguish first from middle. Okay, so selection has no member type. All right, well, let's give it a enum. Case first, middle, last, open. And then the type. And I don't know, I usually put vars up top, even if they're computed. I never know whether the constructor should go first. I don't know what other people do, honestly. Okay, let's just return to open, and just so we're returning something. Oh, actually, these need to be locations. And it doesn't need to be a function. Okay. Yeah. But 3 out of 4 should fail. Okay. So I want the rule to be, I guess I want last to have priority. So we'll check that first. And last in our case here is a location, so we can easily check that. If location is last, then we'll return last. And then I guess if selection dot first is equal to the location, then it's a first. I want middle to be kind of leftovers. Okay, so if selection dot first equals location, return first. Else if, do we have contains? I don't think we do. If selection dot contains location, return middle. And otherwise return open. Okay. All right, so I think that gives us something. Okay. Now back to our view. And, gosh, I always forget how these things work too fast. Modifier. Modified content. No. Yeah, button style. Okay. And I'll just deal this for now. And our style is grid button. All right. And then, well, we've got configuration. Foreground style. Well, let's do white. Now let's, how do we know? I mean, we're gonna have to give it a selection, I guess. There's another way to, I don't remember exactly how to do this. Well, this thing gets created here. We can pass the selection in there, I think. So we'll need a init. Let's track the selection. And then I guess I'm going to say foreground color. Now, what does he need? Well, he's going to look at the selection. He needs the location. guess. Foreground style. Button stock configuration has no member. Foreground style. Do I have to do background first? Whoops. I don't think so. Well, because the enum comes from the current selection, but we're creating the button in advance, so it's gonna depend on it. I'm still puzzled why this configuration. Oh, that was on the label. Am I doing the right thing? No. No, maybe it's not a button style, maybe it's just a style modifier. Yeah. Well, he's got one of them too. That's it, view modifier. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. Is the board redrawn when the selection changes? I think the button should be redrawn. but that's definitely what I'm worried will not happen. All right. This is, I guess it's grid button. Okay, and then we're going to put it in as a modifier. Like that. See if our preview likes it. So far, this does not. Well, it doesn't. It doesn't distinguish these things. But let's tweak some of the stuff we know we'll need. Let's put. Padding, yeah, and then I think we can make the font bold. Oh, large title, that might be right. Okay, they're not the same, so it's not a good sign. We'll get to there. Okay. Yeah, so for our purposes, well, I still might like that bolded. Is it, no? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let this. Oh, why are you no longer? Something's making trouble. That just seems like it just fell apart for no reason. Oops. Heck. How do I get rid of you? Okay. I don't know if we're gonna get the same. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm a little worried passing selection in is gonna give it the version of selection when it started. So let me just hit run. Hopefully run doesn't blow up. I mean, maybe it can't hold a struct like this that's modifiable. Well, we won't see it yet, but it's kind of the next thing to look at. I don't know why I've got two screens going here. Which one are you running on? iPhone SE 3rd generation. Okay, that stopped. Yeah, I'd agree. Okay. Wow. I hope this is some sort of simulator startup and not some weird other thing. We're just not doing that much. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, I'll take that. Okay, we'll work on a grid at some point or setting a fixed size, but um, let's try and make this depend on selection. Yeah. Okay. I think well, let's just switch. Um, selection dot type for location. If it's open, let's say the foreground is black. Default return white. Okay, and then kind of the opposite over here. Okay, that's kind of, well, it's keeping up. Let's make sure it works on the real one. I don't know what font weight did. But you can see it's a little ambiguous. Okay, that's tolerable. Well, I'd like the font weight on that to be bigger too. I missed that. Okay. Yeah, my background could be a different color too. Well, we got a ways to go. All right, but yeah, let's go ahead and fill out the rest of these. I'm gonna leave the first two like that, but I want last to. Hmm. Well, it seems a pity to not include the border in the modifier, doesn't it? Okay. Hmm. Well, maybe I just give this a different color. I don't think I have the best possible color scheme. Oh, I wanted that on the background. Okay, I mean, I think that's working right. In terms of selection, it looked like it's doing the right thing. Red may be too jarring. I don't know what I did there. Oh, blues and purples. Okay, let me, what would be better? Well, isn't there gray, dark gray? That's light, I think. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna, let me pull this out. And let's compute it once. Let type equal that. Okay. And then I think maybe this should take type as an argument. I don't know. It doesn't really speak to me like that. It it well, basically it's redrawing the buttons it needs to. I don't think it's redrawing A when I click this. It should only affect these two because their type both changes. This one goes from last to middle, and this one goes from open to last. But I mean, we get a blink with A. These two change, but look at A. I don't think it does. It looked pretty rock solid. I hope it is. So I think that's okay. Maybe, I don't know if I want to add a border. Let me do that. Okay, so let's make a function border. Border color takes the type. And then we need to apply border. Okay, yeah, we defaulted it. Okay, so we're going to do a selection similar. See how that does. Okay. We'll make that width a little bigger. And I don't know if I need the gray anymore. Okay, let's make sure this works. Okay, and then non-neighbor to that starts it over. All right. I think that's workable enough for the moment, anyway. Color cells according to selection state type. Now these buttons, shoot, what's the size frame? Okay, let's see it on the big one, and then too big. I think I'm working for stuff I get for free if I figure out the grid, but I think I mostly want to push through on the UI. Yeah. If I can get a gray background. Okay. And then this is going to move. I don't like that. I think once it's there, it's there. Oh, I forgot my wrapping. Okay. I think that's adequate for the moment. Let's see, a background, I guess, on this whole thing. It'd be nice to give it some sheen or look to it. I don't know. I think I have to either do a overlay or a background. Okay. Oh yeah, Z stack or overlay was what I was thinking, but sounds like we don't anymore. Background. Okay. Put the guest in a fixed height frame. Yeah. Okay. You think an H, or just give it a frame? Well, if this keeps working, oh yeah, you're right. Good call. Um, oh, if I make that a little bigger, yeah, that's a little nicer. Okay. Yeah, that's good. What was I thinking? No, I think that's all right. A background on the thing. Let's put on the V stack. I guess we want the padding inside, background, and I can just do. Is there light gray? Why don't I know these colors? Green, I will be able to see. That wasn't what I was expecting. Hmm. No. All right. Well, we'll have to. Color at the top of the V stack. There's a field on here. Oh, just color? I think it has to be a Z stack. Oh. Um. Well. No. Okay. Um. Yeah, getting there. It's ignore safe area, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Green's not a great choice, but what do we got? Color dot. Red, blue, black, yellow, gray. I mean, I want a gray. I would really like something that had some gradient to it. Oh, that does. Text container background. Hmm. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Teal to cyan to green. Okay, I want gray to black. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think, and then this, these maybe shouldn't be pure white. Let's be a little more sophisticated here. Um, gray dot opacity. Why aren't you changing? No, gray. Scale. That's different. Opacity doesn't seem to affect it there. Well, there are other ways to specify color. Why did it take it away? What was that? Ugh, sorry. Color space white colon opacity. White is double. Okay, I can do it. It's darker and darker. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's lock this in. All right, so improve background color and cell color. Give guess a fixed height and cells a fixed size. Okay. Yeah, I know I'm kind of cheating on the sizes, and then that means I probably should just go back to the grid and maybe work out how to fill that in with a grid cells, because I want to be able to say every phone. Yeah, you're right, let's do that. But I think I don't want that. I mean, a fixed size is not good. If I've got a small phone, it might be too big. If I've got a big phone, it looks too small. Yeah, I think a light outline might be nice. All right. I don't know if I can add opacity. Let me just make it white for a moment. Oh, he looks really ugly when he's empty, doesn't he? that is. Yeah, he's kind of ugly. Let's do min width. Just so it starts out a little bigger, and it should grow. Whoops. Frame doesn't have min width? Min width. Oh, I gotta rearrange. Min width first. Oh no, he's got. Yeah, I think that'll suggest it. Oh, the outline on the letters. I think I'll live with it like this for now. I kind of want to get into more the domain side of things. Like I want I want our guesses to go somewhere and so on. Okay. So all right, let's get the I'm sure we'll have plenty of tweaking we can do. All right. So I think let's see, get to the to-dos. Highlight selected letters. We've done that. Okay, I think that's good. Highlight selection, was it? Yeah. Okay, but submit a word and clear the selection. Okay. And I think this comes down to the button press. And I don't know, I try and keep stuff maybe this can go in selection, but I want to say if yeah, I guess the problem I have is the selection really, like, I don't think it should be the one that does it. Sorry, I don't think it should be the one that talks to the board about the game, oh, here's a guess. I don't think that's selection's job. So I kind of want to say there's a decision here. Whether I can do that in the board, I don't know. But as I was thinking about other things this morning too, I almost wonder if there should be a game, and a game owns a board, and a game owns a selection, and then if it also will own a list of guesses, and it'll have a clear button or something. But I think it's not the selection's job. So I'm going to put it here, but I don't think it belongs here either. The thing is, we've got a selected location now, and what I'm going to say is if selection.last is equal to this, let's make a variable out of that. Come on, you can do it. Okay, if selection.last equals location, otherwise this. Okay, so if we clicked on what's the last, easy to tap in correctly on the last letter. Yeah, maybe. I think I'm willing to learn, to try it and learn. But at any rate, the interaction I had in mind, whether it's the best one to do or not, was basically if the selection dot last is location, then we're going to we're going to tell somebody, hey, add this word. Yeah, it may be a bad interaction. Um, I kind of like the feel of having minimal buttons, and like having to go tap somewhere else to submit it feels funny to me if I can just do it all here. But um, it may be a problem. So, I mean, I think we'll keep that in mind later if it feels awkward, and probably I need to load it onto my actual phone and um, decide that. Oh, tapping the guess would be good. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So maybe this is not here. So that kind of says make this a button too. Hmm. Or I mean, we can give it an on. Is it on tap? And it'll yell at me. Um. Well, let's just say selection dot clear, which we don't have. I don't think. Did we? Cannot call value of none function type binding of subject remove. I think we just don't have a function for it. Okay, let me comment that line for a moment. All right, let's add a clear. Type selecting. I don't know. I guess after selecting before type. All right. Can clear. Right. All right, this should fail. Okay, and we'll do selection dot remove all. Why that's coming in light gray? Oh, mutating. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. And that's the only state. All mutating state. All right. Now I think I should get a complaint about accessibility for that. Will that be in here? Yeah. Should include the is button accessibility trait. I don't think that's doing it right. Should include the is button or the is link accessibility. Yeah, it's a button, not a link. Okay. Hey, okay. Nice, nice. Okay. Okay. Well, actually, we wanted to clear the selection and add add it to the list of words. Okay, show the list of words. Formatting, I guess we've done. Submit a word, clear the selection, yes. Highlight the last letter differently, yes. Clear the selection. Well, we also want to add it to the words. Yeah, we got to put them somewhere. And I mean, what I have in mind is, and I don't know if it's the best, but either, well, I had in mind some sort of either pop-up list or a list down here where you just see however much fits. And yet we have no concept of that word list or guesses. I don't know if they're guesses at this point. I don't have a good name for that list. I guess it's all your guesses. I mean, they're not guesses, they're just words. Detected words, chosen words, submitted words, words. Trying to think what you call it. It's just your word list, I guess. Word list is okay, but we don't have state for that anywhere. So let's create some, which I guess is on the app. And this is where I'm thinking this selection and board and all that is inadequate. And so I kind of want to introduce the game object that knows the selection, knows the board, knows the word list. And then maybe later somebody knows statistics. So let me let's extract. Well, it's not extract class. Let's introduce a class that's going to own these things. Okay, and let's see. What's the best way to do this? Okay, game doesn't exist. Let's make it. Not what I mean by empty. Okay, that should. Well, that shouldn't affect tests for sure. Okay. So I want to move selection and board into it. Well, actually, I just want to give it. Even this is not accurate, but maybe this is the starting point. Maybe I give it these things. Okay, so where's board? It's going to have. Well, no, it's going to have this. All right. Okay. And I also want game to know the selection. Sorry. Game here. What's the matter with that? Okay. And then game should know selection. And that should come from this. I don't know if game is supposed to be an object. Okay, again, harmless to anything active now. And actually, this is going to kind of affect the GUI more than it affects anything else. This should be board. All right, so, oh yeah, I was supposed to format this in a much more spacious way. Okay. Okay, and then who uses this binding? Content view gets a binding to that. Where's content view? I should pull that out too. Let's give it a binding to the game. Okay. So that was all the case stuff. Okay. We'll run. Okay. Good enough. All right, so now I want to stop using selection for things. So content view. Well, anything that references selection should do game.selection. I guess that's the minimal change. Let's see, not that stuff. And then we can start inlining things if we need to. Not inlining, but getting rid of the chain of accessors. Oh, selection is a... he really does need to be a var then, doesn't he? I think I can change this. No. Oh, I'm not going to modify him. Okay. Where's... Sorry, this one. Does anybody reference it? If I change this name, do they complain? Okay. They don't, so I think they're not using it. Let's run. Should game hold a copy of size? Yeah, I think it should know this stuff better. Yeah. Okay, so good. Okay, so I think selection can go. Well, let's check this in the way it is. Okay, so add a top level game class. Okay, now we can take out selection because nobody's using it, we hope. Here and here. Okay. Again, I'll run because we haven't really touched any model classes. We're all touching these sort of game classes. B-A-D-E. Okay. Good. Yeah, let's do that refactoring. I think that's good. So what I think of these as is, well, the technical term people like to use is train wreck because it's like a when you see this dot this dot this dot this, it's like little boxcars on a train, and it means I'm rather than asking game for the guess, I'm asking game. Oh, I know you hold a selection. Okay, I'd go ask that selection, and so it couples me to the structure of what game holds. Instead, I'd like to say game.guess, and we'll get all the parts there, but I'm just kind of going in order. Um, I think it makes sense to like the selection. We don't care where it gets it. It's kind of the business. Yeah, it's the game can reach into that property. And so if you kind of systematically do these in a way, you feel like, won't this create, um, won't it create a whole list of methods in game and all they do is pass through? And yes, it will. But the thing that happens is, excuse me, it consolidates these because like here we have this one twice. And so in the end, you end up with tighter code and less duplication on the client side. All right, so let's just systematically take these. Game.selection.guess. I think game.guess is perfectly reasonable as things go. Okay, so let's add a var for that. Guess of type string, and you get it by selection.guess. Okay, and then call it here. I guess we'll run it just to demonstrate it, but so it is showing it. All right, now this game.selection.clear. I think I'm going to have to this I care that it happens on the selection. I'm not clearing the game itself. I'm clearing the selection. So I think I'll make a name that reflects that. Well, I mean, I could say deselect all. Yeah, that would work. And this process is kind of what you'd call mindless. Deselect all. I keep saying mindless. I should say mechanical board. Clear selection versus clear board. Yeah, maybe that's better. I think the game is also going to say select. Deselect all. I don't know. I'll stick with this for a moment and see how we feel. Okay, deselect all. Oh, we've got to make sure we're a var up top too. Well, he's a binding. Oh, in our app he is a var, right? Private var. Okay, good. Game.selection.board.size. I think just game.size would be fine for that. It's kind of a preceding property. Well, actually, I don't need to go through selection because I have board sitting here. I think we created him with the size. We could give that field to it, but I think yeah, it feels okay. Yeah, clearboard is definitely different. I would probably say restart or something like that if it's really getting there. But all right, game.size, game.size. Now should game pretend to have rows and columns? Also, well, game doesn't change. All right. I'm gonna skip it for a minute. I said I was going in order. Game dot selection. Okay. Let's just do it mechanically. I guess that's the thing to do. I tend to start thinking about the design and should it have this and that, but if I mechanically get it out, then all of a sudden I have game only referencing one level deep, and that makes everything behind game can be what it wants to be, but game accessors of game have a simple life, and we want our UI to have kind of almost like a view model kind of thing, but an easy thing to get to. Okay, so this is subscript, and I'll just copy it from board. And here we're going to do that. And again, I don't think we need to reference selection because we have the board. I don't need game because I am the game. Okay. So now it's just game sub row column. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think I can inline this again. Okay, and I'm kind of cutting out a step. If I could trust Xcode to do the right thing, which I do trust IntelliJ, say, I should be able to like select this, make this into a method, and then move the method. Is kind of what I'm really doing conceptually. It's kind of a feature envy sort of thing. That I'm making, in this case, game has to know that structure of, or this access knows the structure of game. Okay, but I think we want to just say game.select location. Okay. Okay, so this becomes select. Game.select location. Good. Now, that one's different. Let's make sure everything still hangs together. Okay. Don't think that would... Right. Okay, good. Let's take these, move methods into game. And then we'll see if our modifier can make use of game instead of this. Well, he's using selection down here. Selection.type, that's the real thing. And I guess he has to do this when he's getting ready to modify it because that's when he knows what it is. He's configured earlier on, pointing to it, but now that he knows it. Okay. And I guess I could do, type at location on game. if I pass in game, do I get a benefit? Not a lot. I keep people from knowing about selection a bit more and turning selection into more of an implementation deal. All right, so let's do that. We'll pass in var game. Okay. Selection type, I'm going to let that type be exposed. But here, instead of this, I'm going to do this first. Game.selection.type. Oh, somebody's upset. Oh, modifier grid button needs game. Okay. All right, so he's still got this, I've heard it called Demeter and Demeter in various forms, but the law of Demeter violation, game.selection.type, but it should run because now we're not accessing selection anymore. Kind of like we did in the other one. All right, and so if the coloring is right, then odds are good it's right. Okay, so now nobody needs this. Just game and location. Nobody's complaining there. The color no longer needs that. Okay. And let's go ahead and move this in. So kind of have the selections down here. Yeah, actually, this would probably be better inside, wouldn't it? Type at location. Okay. Good. Okay, well, it's a good time for a break. I think what we'll do when we get back is now we have this notion of game with board and selection. We're going to add the concept of a word list, and we'll make game support that, and then we'll make the content view display it somehow. Not quite sure how we're going to do that. All right, so back in 3 or 4 minutes. Welcome back. All right, so I think I'm going to change my mind and call these guesses. You made a guess, and then you've got multiple guesses. Okay, so what's going to drive this? Well, Yeah, and this is where I'm less sure. Like, we haven't tested game per se directly, but like every method is just delegating, So I don't feel like it's so critical, but um, now we're doing something that's not in there, although it's darn trivial. Well, let me add guesses. Starts out empty. And then I guess are we just appending? Yeah, okay. Now let's put these on the board. I don't know if I'm getting too much. Text. Is it? Do I just want verbatim? Oh, it's an array. Yeah, that might work. Okay. So, all right. So why are you? Ugh. I'm gonna get through it, and then we'll improve it. Now, nothing's adding to that list yet, but I think, yeah, maybe we want reverse order. Okay, B A F F. If I tap, we clear, but we don't add to the list, and you can't see it. So, um, where's our untap? Okay. Um, on tap, we want to say game dot append guess before it goes away. That looks like telling game stuff it already knows. All right. We'll take it and then we'll fix it and make the word. Oh, good idea. Yeah. I'm not sure how to do it, but I like it. Okay. Yeah. Now, to your point, um, it's adding them in most recent at the bottom, but maybe we should do that. Okay. Let's straighten this out first. So I think this is going to be game dot. I don't know if I can say guess when I've already got a game dot guess. Give it a method. Non-function type string. Okay, so let's make this guess. Guesses dot append guess. Okay, invalid declaration. Okay, so suggest. I'm not sure suggest quite captures it. Maybe save. I don't want to put the word guess in if I can find a phrase that makes it do it. I would think suggest would come in if we like put some dictionary smarts in and showed you suggestions of where you could type for the next word or something like that. Yeah, let's fix this. Save just doesn't do it. Make guess. Commit. Guess. Collect. Ooh, that might work. Yeah, let's go with that for now. Okay, so we make current guess append to the game list of guesses. All right, and what this kind of makes me notice, I mean, once I get words of any length, which I want to kind of encourage, they're stretching. Okay, that's tolerable. Okay. All right, and let's figure out this. Okay, so one thing is, I think your idea of prepending is probably right. Also, I think it's moving up, and I don't like that. We'll deal with that part later. At some point, you fill it. And I don't know, I might put a little document icon or something there that you can click, or if you click this, it does the same thing, but it's a little more visible that it's there. And I think there's more to do, but let's figure out this animation. Okay. Now, I think I don't think we're going to get an automatic one because they're not the same entity. Oh yeah, like a little score or something like that. Yeah, let's Let's make sure that's on our to-do. Also, you suggested prepending, and I do like that idea, which tells me game really does need a test, because we're making a model-based decision there. Now, the animation, I think what we could probably do is slide this word towards the bottom and maybe becoming opaque as it gets down there. I don't know if we can put the word addition in there. Well, switch UI, animate, move word to bottom of the screen. Let's hope somebody does exactly what I want. And well, I know we say with animation somewhere. I mean, we're after kind of a. Oh, that's kind of what I want. Move and fade, asymmetric and move. But it's the word. Because the word that's going to disappear, I want the entity that holds it to stay there. Okay, with animation, add a transition. Well, I guess that's that. If show detail. Transition, move, and fade. Move edge trailing combined with opacity removal. Okay, so that's how it shows. Okay, well, that's... all right, that's kind of promising. Extension, any transition. What's any transition? Well, I don't want to work through the whole exercise. Landmarks, model data. Well, there's animation. Yeah. Okay. Now this is getting a bit large, but yeah, we got rid of the Z stack, so I gotta add that back. Now that's the background. How do we guarantee the position of this? Well, let's just see if we can get anything. Let's put the word, it may be there twice. We'll probably want the styling. Maybe I don't need to do that. Yeah, there is a way. It's kind of awkward. Like you wrap a view in a separate type that kind of has access to um, the contents and the positions of things. I mean, it's like a million things. I kind of remember there is something to do that, and I don't remember exactly how you do it. But I want this to be. I mean, I think we're trying to adapt this kind of idea, this height detail, if it's showing. Now, maybe that's enough. If show detail, height detail. Remember they added that transition on it. This move and fade thing. I guess this is just a generic transition kind of thing. I'll put it in. We'll just play with this, and this is more of an experiment, I guess. What he's talking about doing sounds good to me. Insert move edge trailing combined with this opacity. Scale combined with capacity. So that's shrinking and moving. Well, we'll see what happens. Okay, so this has transition, move and fade. Okay. And then we need to do the with animation. On here. Yeah, geometry reader. That's it. Okay. So I'm guessing we get 2 copies of our guess on there, and then hopefully something happens when we click. There it is. G, K, and then this. All right, something happened. I don't know. I didn't get the sense of the moving like I would expect. What have we got? I mean, something seems to be taking a second to do and doing it. So that's that move and fade. Why do we insert it? I mean, that's what I kind of think should be there. No. Let's see if that does that. I don't know where the opacity is coming from. Yeah, that could be. Let's add a spacer to that Z stack. I mean, I think if it moves and disappears, that's fine. I don't really need a. I mean, a fade is nice, but if it goes too quick. Oh, there it is up there. Well, it felt like something happened, but I don't know. No, I didn't get the sense of moving. Move edge trailing combined with opacity. Let's take this off. Move edge trailing. Trailing, is that what I want? I don't think it is. Dot bottom. Well, it gave some sense of that, but it didn't. I want it to go sliding down. All right. Excuse me. I don't care what it does when it appears. I'm curious about this opacity thing. They don't give us an animation. That makes it a little tough. All right, maybe I'm looking at the wrong place for this. I bet Paul Hudson has one. How to create basic transitions. I don't know if that's quite. Okay, that's kind of good. Move edge bottom. All right, let's just simplify our transition. We don't need this thing for that. Well, yeah, good question. I mean, you would think with spacer it would be the whole thing, but let me put a little more in there. Okay. I don't know. It's okay with the fading. Something's fading. Yeah, it's just these colors going away. I would hope it's bottom of screen, but let's put another text in. And that'll tell us more. But I didn't see any movement. I'm going to cover it. And I guess you won't see me cover it per se, but I think it'll take any distracting stuff out. That just faded. It didn't move. Oh, something moved. Wait a minute. It's so misleading. No. Transition move edge bottom. I mean, it seems like it's just doing a fade, but Why? Okay, well, here's my with animation. Collect should collect our guess and then deselect. I'll give it a few more minutes here, but maybe I need to read more on these things. By default, uses fade animation to remove, but you change it if you attach a transition modifier. Moves in from the bottom. Oh, details go here. He should use different names. Did something come up from the bottom? Well, let's add this too. Yeah, I can believe that. I'm gonna have to move that guy out. That's grid button. There. Maybe we can do this in preview mode. Yeah. And my eye is seeing motion, going like, oh, okay, motion, but it's not. I mean, what I have in mind would be the word here kind of moves physically down here, and then it inserts it. That'd be good. I know it's not that hard. Okay, so where's that come from? Oh man. I see it fading out to the right. Okay, but the reason I brought it in is because I can change it. Details, move, slide, scale. And transition, we can put a delay on there too, right? We just had that. Nope. Linear duration 1. I don't know if I can just add that on the front. No. Okay, let's press. So details moves in from the bottom. Move go here. I don't know. Slide seems like it's much more visible. Okay, so let's see what slide can do. I wonder if we can choose our edge. That's not helpful. Oh, there was slide. Slide transition. And move. What's the difference between move and slide? Move in from the leading and move out by the trailing. And move away towards the edge of the view. So, okay, let's take this one out. And I'm going to put a spacer. Okay. Details move go here. That spacer's not helping me. Oh, as offset, okay. Oh, yeah, so we create another bool. Here. Deprecated. Okay, but that's... If it works, we'll start there. Okay, I don't see any hello world. Huh. Oh, it's in show details, sorry. Oh, I guess I need a button for that, don't I? Got too much. Okay, show hello. Oh. Okay, that's getting there. Okay, let's take this one out. Circular reference, expanding preview. Did I take out too many braces or something? Okay. Well, I don't think that's bad. I mean, it's zipping down. That's pretty good. It could be, it could be slower or something, but let's see if we can make it modernize it. Animation value instead. Animation was deprecated. Use with animation or animation value. Mm. Well, now this is maybe where that asymmetric animation comes in. Because the order is going to be move the word in and then deselect the board and clear the gas. With animation, once an animation like ease in, out, duration 2. Comma. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, with animation, that's up here. We can put ease in out too, but what's this one want? Animation something value. I don't know what that means. Is this the one that's deprecated? Animation. Doesn't say deprecated. Applies the animation to this view when this view changes. Well, with animation block should change a state variable you use to move other things. Yeah, I mean, I think with animation, well, I think you normally put it around the action you're triggering, and then that gets the pieces moving. In our case, like maybe the value, like is the value game.guess, does that do anything? I don't think I don't think that's the right kind of variable to monitor. Well, maybe it is. Okay, let's do this. Now, why is that not changing that? Only show hello does. Okay, so that would go up on the... Well, get it up there somewhere. I think that would go up here. Look at this. I'll try it as offset. Okay, I guess we'll take 10 more minutes and see if we can figure something out. Result is offset is unused. Okay. I don't know if this will do it. No. Guess offset with... Sure, if that's what it takes. Well, I can just make that a CG float. Okay, and I'm going to take these others out. Well, at least this out. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't see a Y-look field. Okay, he just didn't go down that far. I don't think he's moving. I think that everything else is moving as he fades. Ugh. I made that big, right? Like 100 or 200. Yeah. Well, let me take this out and just see if that makes any difference. Okay. Now there's a thing you can do to get something at the end. This is the tap gesture, but let's go see with animation. Body throws result. Completion. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It might go up and down. It might blow up. Oh, he's not coming back. He's going to disappear completely now. No, he's going back. Okay. Now that... What was that? Reset state and call collect, etc. Incompletion. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's an idea. So, I don't know what's going on. The word BAE gets bumped to the bottom in that big font. So I think it's the word for it. And then now it's down here and it jumps back to the top. Okay, but yeah, let's try this. Well, I mean, it's sort of coming in the right direction. Like, if it stopped there, 500's too big then. And then it added it. Okay, wait. Yeah. I mean, that sort of seems okay. Goes down. it goes down too far. So let's make this 300. Let's see if the preview actually works with the animation. Yeah. Let's run that on the big one. I'm wondering if I can get the scaling to go in too. All right, let's put a scale in there real quick. My preview paused. We got a minute or two here. Oops, something's wrong. Now I think it's I don't know, I think it was maybe easing its way back up. Then again, that asymmetric transition might be the thing. Well, I don't think the scale worked for what I was hoping. All right, let me clean up in our last minute and a half here. The offset's doing something. We still have Z stack, but we don't have to. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, let's say we submit a word and clear selection. That we do. Show the list of accepted words. I think we have some work. We started this, well, minimal version, show the list of accepted words. And played with animation. Okay. And I think there's more to do on animation. And this one has a sheet, and then also no duplicates. Okay. And animation, we want to experiment with opacity. Yeah, there's some sort of pause there. Yeah, if it were fading. I mean, these words could stand to be a little bigger, but I like this idea a lot. I mean, I think we need stuff like that to kind of make clear what's going where. Oh, and then another question was, should we insert insert in front of list? Okay. All right. Well, I'm happy with this. I mean, I'm happy with the progress we made. We got the selection working. We got at least a minimal version of a list of words, and I think we got some experiments in on the animation, and maybe we can get something working with that. I don't want it to go down and then back up though, so that may require some sort of asymmetric thing. All right. Anyway, today's Thursday, so I'll be back next week. I've got something on Tuesday and Thursday, but I will broadcast on Monday and Wednesday. One of them's a doctor appointment I've been trying to get in for like 6 months, so there's no way I'm changing that. Okay, but anyway, 2 to 4:30 Eastern or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC on Monday, and we'll keep going. I don't know, the animation, I think we'll do a quick experiment with opacity and then set it aside for later. All right, yes, thank you too, Mudshark, as always. Have a good night, good weekend. Bye-bye.